Hi, everybody, and welcome to the latest edition of The Squeeze. We're going to do things via video this time. What I'd like to do today is basically talk to you about some metrics madness and discuss NPS, which is Net Promoter Score. So let me share my screen out here. We're going to quickly talk about what it is, and I'm going to give you 5 quick takeaways. Here we are again. So the first thing I want to talk about is basically what is NPS. NPS is a question. The question is on a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend our business to a friend or colleague? You can see that I've kind of made that our business. That could also be substituted with your product, your service, etc. And on that scale of 0 to 10, what the actual metric is kind of gathering here is three categories or buckets of scores. So, people that score that question as a 9 or a 10 are considered promoters. 7 or 8 are passives, or what I like to call neutrals. And then 0 through 6 would be considered detractors. And the calculation for the score is basically just the percentage of promoters minus the percentage of detractors. So if we look over here, I've got an example on the table here where if you have 100 responses and you have 50 of them that score a 9 or a 10, and 50 of them that score a 0 to 6, your NPS score is actually a 0 because it's going to be the percentage of responses again, the 9s or 10s minus the percentage of the 0 to 6. So why don't we just do something here, and we're gonna up this here to 200, and then what we're going to see here is we're going to make this 150, and then that would actually render a score of, or an NPS of 50. Please note that that score is not a percentage, it's a flat integer value, so it is 50. The NPS score would be 50, not 50%. So what's it all mean? There's been a lot of questions I've been getting about NPS and best practices, and it really comes down to 5 takeaways in my mind, and that's what I have down here. The first thing is that NPS is a perceptive metric and should be treated as such. It gauges the overall journey with your business from discovery through renewal. It's not about a single experience or interaction, and it shouldn't be treated that way because you're going to kind of skew the results then. If you're going to, for example, ask them an NPS question after a webinar, it's not going to give you that full range of experiences with your company. Secondly, when you're going to ask the NPS question, I would recommend or suggest that you ask for areas of improvement. For example, how can we improve your overall experience? The other thing is, as you get the feedback, of course, from promoters and passives, and especially from detractors, you want to follow up with those folks as soon as possible because it could give you some indication of a possible churn scenario or an issue with customer retention, or it might give you an opportunity with a promoter to do some additional advocacy, perhaps through a testimonial or a case study. I would recommend that you gather your NPS feedback quarterly or maybe 3 times a year, so you're getting a sufficient level of feedback depending on your number of customers. But also, as that journey evolves, you're going to want to get that sense from them as well. And finally, which is my biggest point, is you want to keep the NPS measurement objective. NPS is about receiving feedback from your customers. It's not about you. You shouldn't incentivize behavior, make people give them a gift card or whatever to fill out a survey. It's only going to mask the truth. And that's what NPS is all about, figuring out not only who your best customers are, who's going to be your advocate, but also how you can improve the business to serve them better. So peace out. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the 5 minutes and the 5 takeaways.